video, please give me a thumbs up, really appreciate it. If you don't, give me a double thumbs down. I've got the BMW R1250 GS. This one comes in at £13,845 starting price. It's an air and liquid cooled flat twin engine with a double overhead cam. It's got one balanced camshaft and the other one is a variable engine timing system. Now the power output on this bike is 136 brake horsepower. The clutch is an oil lubricated clutch and it's hydraulically operated. It's a ridiculously light clutch. It's so easy to pull, almost just one finger. Now it's a 6-speed manual gearbox on this one. The drivetrain on this bike is a shaft driven bike. The wheels are made out of cast aluminium. They look absolutely fantastic. I love the multi-spoke style of them. Yeah, they're really nice, and they've got BMW etched into the aluminium as well. Now the front rim, you're looking at a 19-inch rim there. The front tyre comes in at 120/70 and the rear 170/60. Now the braking system on this bike, you've got twin floating brake discs at the front with a 4-piston caliper. At the rear you've got a single brake disc and this is a double piston floating caliper. Now they are both ABS system. The front of the bike comes with BMW's own braking system and the rear is a Brembo. So now with the seat height on this bike, I've got this set at the lowest setting at the moment, and this is between 800 and 820 millimeters. You've also got another setting which is a higher one. You've got between 850 and 870 millimeters. Now with that comes the weight of the bike. This bike comes at 249 kilograms, fully loaded. Now the permitted overall weight of this bike comes in at 465 kilograms. So that's plenty of weight for luggage, your panniers, your top boxes, your driver and also your pillion. Now like I was saying, I'm 5'7". I'm going to get on the bike and show you just how I get on with it. So this ground isn't even, it slopes down towards the camera quite sharply. So my left foot is completely flat on the floor, my right foot again completely flat on the floor with my left leg up. And there we go. Now for the pillion, this would be a really comfortable ride. That seat is really soft. So I think you'd, as a pillion, if you're going to be on this bike, you are going to be able to go the distance as well, like the rider would. So this is my first impressions of the BMW 1250 GS. This isn't the adventure one, this is just a standard one. So where do we go from here? The seat is absolutely phenomenal. It is like I'm sat in an armchair. You've got a nice little like lip up onto the back part of your ass, which is it sits you in the seat really comfortably. It's like a little armchair. It's really nice. It is really padded, really soft. This is a long distance bike. Let's face it, if you're on this bike and you're going to go the distance, you are not going to get tired. So a big thumbs up on the seat. The suspension at the moment is in automatic setting, and I tell you what, I've never felt a motorbike, I'm bouncing it, and I've never felt a motorbike that is so comfortable on the suspension like the GS. This is like you're just gliding on air. It's phenomenal. I absolutely love this. You cannot go wrong with this seat. It is just brilliant. Now the turning of this bike is nice, it's comfortable, it's manageable at slow speeds. Now this bike does have a quick shifter up and a blipper down. I think pretty much all the BMWs I've ridden so far come with that, and it's a really nice feature. Again, just another
reason for effortless riding. Oh, this is really, really twitchy on the, I don't know if it's because of the gravel. Now the seating position on the GS is really, really nice. You're very much bolt upright. There's no stress on the on your back, on your wrists. God, this is really, really uneven, soft ground. Let's bring it down a little bit slower, because the back end of this bike was shifting all over the place. Oh, you can still feel that really wobbling around. So the display, as you can see, it is crystal clear. It's a lovely TFT display we've got here on the bike. You can see your rev gauge really comfortably. This revs up to 10,000 RPM, starts redlining at 9,000. You got your fuel gauge at the top, which is telling you how many miles we've got left to go. I'm sure if I spin the BMW wheel, that doesn't do anything. Right, there we go. We've got a few more settings. So we've got the typical BMW display of your motorbike. You got your miles until the end of the tank, your engine temperature, your front and rear tyre pressures, current time that you current miles you've been on the bike, the range of the tank, trip computer, your tyre pressures. So it's telling me that I'm up 0.1 of a bar at the rear, and I'm absolutely spot on at the front. And it also tells you how many miles you got left to go to your service. This one's got 247 miles left to go. The BMW computer systems, they're fantastic. I absolutely love them. So I'm in third gear at the moment, looking around the corner, glide around nicely, a bit of mud on the road, but the GS is perfect for that. Now the windscreen offers some fantastic wind protection. I'm literally getting nothing at all. I'm 5'7", my head is poking over the windscreen really comfortably. I'm not looking through the windscreen, it's up and over, but I'm not getting any buffeting on my helmet. It's just really, really nice, really comfortable. That's doing its job. I believe the windscreen is actually up in its high position. I wouldn't want to lower that, because you're going to get a fair bit of wind in your face at that point. If you're taller, yeah, if you're taller on the bike, then you are going to get a fair bit of wind like a normal motorcycle, but it's one of those things, isn't it? Now I've got this seat set at the lowest setting, and it's really comfortable. I'm not having any real issues getting my feet down. It is a very heavy bike though, and you can feel it when you do come to a stop and you put your feet down. You can really feel that is a bike that you're going to want to make sure you've got your centre of gravity perfect before you put your foot down. If you put your foot down, you go to the side, you are going to get in trouble. Looks like they're doing quite a fair bit of road works around here, so. Oh, but this is effortless, gliding around the bends. Now the wind mirrors, they're not bad. They're up nice and high, so your arms aren't going to be in the way, but they are quite small. So I think if you're going to be using this bike quite a lot, you might want to change your wind mirrors for something slightly bigger. Now the pulling power of this bike is really, really good. It just pulls through the rev range effortlessly. The brakes are really, really good. That rear brake, I know I've said this on most bike reviews that I've had, but that rear brake is definitely the best rear brake that I've ever felt. Now the quick shifter is slightly jerky. A few times I've had it quite jerky, but it's not too bad. The downshift is really nice. That really does down lovely. So I've been on this bike for about half an hour now, and I'm not having any issues whatsoever. Comfort, it's cracking, absolutely cracking bit of kit. It's got cruise control, which is another brilliant feature for the long distance rider. Pop the cruise control on 29 miles an hour. It's rolling through. Now the leg position on this bike is really nice as well. Your legs are pretty much at a 90-degree bend. There's no problem at all with any cramped up knees, getting too tired when you're riding. It is really, really nice. The seating position is perfect. I really can't get over how good this is. This would definitely be a contender for a new bike. It's not sporty in the slightest, however, I don't think that's going to matter. You don't get a GS for sportiness, you get it for the comfortable durability of the bike. Now this is a keyless bike. In the middle you've got your on off button. To the right by your hand and your thumb you've got your engine start and your engine stop. It's got heated grips. They're operated on the right hand side, just next to your index finger. You've also got a mode button on there. You can change road, dynamic, enduro, rain. So that's how you change your bike's power settings. At the moment I'm riding this one on road. And on your left hand you've got your headlight flash. I think we'll go right here. That van has decided to be right up my backside. Okay, so coming to a stop on the GS. Let's put the rear brake on, foot down. Oh, that's easy. Right, so coming to a stop then, that was no problem whatsoever. Granted, I was on a bit of a slope that was going to the right. It does pull really well. I'm enjoying this ride. But even if you do want to shift with the clutch, it is a really nice smooth gear change. There's another nice thing I do like about this is the cruise control. So on your left hand side you've got your indicators, your horn, your cruise control, your hazard warning light. You've got your headlight. I think this is just a button. Yeah. You got your headlight flasher. Got your fuel tank smack bang in the middle as always, and you got your, well, I say smack bang in the middle as always. Don't forget I just rode the Honda NC750X DCT, and that was in the rear. So you got your fuel tank in front of you on this one, like most bikes do. You've also got the lovely boxer engine that sticks right out, giving its presence there on the bike. And you can feel that engine when you do crank it open. You can feel that boxer shift. I'm actually really enjoying the boxer feel. It's really good. So roll on, second gear, up to 40. Boom. Really, really easy. Cruise control again. You've got hand guards on this bike, which is a nice feature. Keeps the wind off your knuckles. It's quite a mild day today. But when I was riding up on my bike with the Nox Handroid gloves, I was getting a fair bit of chill come through, and I started to wish I had my winter gloves on at one point. But with these hand grips, you got your protection, keeping your hands nice and warm. So having ridden the BMW for a good 40 odd minutes now, this is a really nice, comfortable bike. You've obviously got your options for your panniers and your top box, which you can get added to this bike, which will give you ample amount of storage. I don't think you're going to want anything else. Forget a car. If you've got the GS with all the kit over it, you're laughing. Now this one doesn't come with an SOS button. However, some of the GS's, they do come with the SOS button, which is a good safety feature. Now that display screen, that is really, really good. I've got the sun directly behind me now, and I'm not struggling to see the dash at all. This is what I'm liking about the BMWs. Every time I take a new one out for a test ride, I realise why I had a BMW car for so long, because they are just phenomenal. The build quality of the German BMW engineering is right up there. And going around these little twisties, it's just so smooth. Now, I believe this bike weighs about 249 kilograms, fully loaded with a full tank of fuel. Yes, it does feel like that when you're stationary and you're manoeuvring it around. However, when you're actually riding, like most bikes, that gyroscopic effect of the engine kicks in, and you've got a bike that just feels like it weighs nothing. It's nice you got the clock in the bottom right hand corner as well. That's really vivid, really in your face. It also helps with these test rides when they say how long you've got left on the ride, because yeah, I've got this bike for 2 hours, so I need to keep an eye on that clock. Although no one else has booked in after me, so I'm sure they won't mind if I was a little bit late back, because I'm really enjoying this bike. I haven't got a single achy part of my body at the moment, which is lovely. Now, would I change this screen for a darker one? I probably would, actually. I mean, as you can see straight through this, no problem at all. It's transparent, nice and easy. But I think I'd like it just a little bit darker smoked, just to follow in with the darkness of the bike. Again, going through a tunnel, that's TFT, the screen. That was brilliant. That did not cause me any issues at all. It was nice and bright, in your face, you can see what you're doing. Now, the cruise control is really easy to find once you've pressed it a few times. I mean, in all fairness, you could actually use your left index finger to operate it. It's really, really simple to find. I keep using the thumb, which unfortunately means I'm getting close to the ABS, the menu buttons. The rear brake, yep, cool, that is that's a sharp rear brake, I like it. Get across the junction. So the overtaking ability of this bike, very, very easy. It's a 1250, what do you expect? It's got a lot of power though, it's only got 139 I think, so it's not going to tear the world up, but it's got enough grunt to do the job. Right, so a quick recap then of this bike from a riding point of view. The seat, very, very comfortable. The handlebars, they're in a perfect position. My arms are not straining or stressing in any way, shape or form. So the seat coupled with the handlebars gives you a perfect seating position. The leg positioning, perfect. I haven't needed to stretch my legs out once. So the complete package for the seat. The front brakes, they're really good. The back brake, that is really good. The TFT display, perfect. You can really see it nice and clear, and when you go through all the other settings, you've got an all-round idea of what your bike is doing. Wind protection, absolutely amazing. That screen offers fantastic protection, along with the handle grips. They're really good. No cold air blasting into your hands. The look of this bike, I think this bike looks really nice. Now there is a BMW charging point in front of you on the right hand side of the TFT display. Little connection. I need to find out what they're for. I don't know if that's for like a BMW heated clothing range or if it is for the actual display on the sat nav, but I do need to find out. And the responsiveness of this bike, as soon as you want to get moving, it just pushes you. So the power of this bike is really, really nice. It's not overpowered, It probably could do with a little bit more grunt, I'd say. Not too much.